Imagine a world without cars, trains, or electric lights. That was life before the Industrial Revolution. Most people lived in the countryside. They farmed the land, grew their own food, and made their own clothes. Life was hard, and change happened slowly. People traveled by foot, animal, or simple boats. Communication was limited to letters and word of mouth. News traveled slowly, and knowledge was often passed down through generations. Life expectancy was shorter due to diseases and limited healthcare. Families were large, and children often worked alongside adults. The rhythm of life was dictated by the seasons and the cycles of nature. The Industrial Revolution didn't happen overnight. It was sparked by changes in farming and new ways of thinking. Improved farming techniques like crop rotation led to increased food production. With more food, populations grew, and more people moved to towns and cities seeking work. This created a workforce ready for new opportunities. At the same time, new ideas about science and technology were emerging. Inventors and thinkers were eager to find ways to improve life and solve practical problems. The stage was set for a technological revolution. The Industrial Revolution was driven by groundbreaking inventions. The spinning jenny, a machine that spun multiple threads at once, revolutionized textile production. This invention alone significantly increased the speed and efficiency of cloth making. James Watt's improved steam engine provided a powerful and reliable source of energy. It powered factories, trains, and ships, transforming transportation and manufacturing. The power loom, a mechanized loom powered by water or steam, further automated textile production. These inventions, along with countless others, fundamentally changed how goods were produced, transported, and consumed. They marked a turning point in human history. Section 4. Factories, the heart of industry. Factories were the beating heart of the Industrial Revolution, transforming the way goods were produced and economies were structured. Factories, powered by steam engines, became the center of industrial production. These engines were the driving force behind the massive increase in productivity and efficiency. They brought together large numbers of workers and machines under one roof. This concentration of labor and machinery allowed for unprecedented levels of output and innovation. Raw materials were transformed into finished goods on an unprecedented scale. The efficiency of these processes revolutionized industries such as textiles, iron, and steel. The rise of factories led to mass production, making goods cheaper and more accessible to a wider population. This democratization of goods changed consumer habits and lifestyles. However, factory work was often harsh. Workers faced long hours, minimal breaks, and repetitive tasks that took a toll on their health and well-being. Workers, including women and children, endured long hours, dangerous conditions, and low wages. The exploitation of labor was a dark side of this industrial boom. The demand for labor in factories also contributed to the growth of cities as people moved from rural areas in search of work. This migration led to the rapid expansion of urban areas. This rapid urbanization brought about new social challenges and opportunities. Cities became melting pots of cultures and ideas, but also faced issues like overcrowding, pollution, and inadequate infrastructure. Section 5. Cities and societies transformed. The Industrial Revolution triggered a massive shift from rural to urban life. Cities grew at an unprecedented rate, straining infrastructure and resources. Housing, sanitation, and public health became pressing concerns. The traditional social order was also disrupted. New class structures emerged, with factory owners and entrepreneurs accumulating wealth, while the working class faced challenging living and working conditions. Despite the hardships, cities offered new opportunities for education, social mobility, and cultural exchange. They became centers of innovation, attracting ambitious individuals seeking to make their mark on the world. Section 6. The human cost of progress, reforms and reactions. The Industrial Revolution, while bringing about unprecedented technological and economic progress, also created significant social problems. The rapid growth of factories and urban centers led to overcrowded cities, poor living conditions, and widespread pollution. The exploitation of factory workers, especially women and children, sparked outrage and calls for reform. These vulnerable groups often worked long hours in dangerous conditions for meager wages, leading to a public outcry for change. Governments responded by introducing labor laws, such as the Factory Acts in Britain, to regulate working hours, limit child labor, and improve factory conditions. These reforms were crucial in setting the foundation for modern labor rights and workplace safety standards. Trade unions emerged, giving workers a collective voice to demand better wages and safer working environments. These unions played a pivotal role in negotiating fairer terms for workers and ensuring that their rights were protected. The Industrial Revolution also fueled social movements advocating for workers' rights, social justice, and greater equality. These movements sought to address the deep inequalities that had become apparent in industrial societies. It highlighted the need for a more equitable distribution of wealth and the importance of protecting the most vulnerable members of society. Social reformers worked tirelessly to improve living conditions, provide education, and ensure that the benefits of progress were shared more broadly. Section 7. A World Transformed: Echoes of the Revolution. The Industrial Revolution's impact extended far beyond the factories of Europe and America. It was a period of profound change that reshaped societies, economies, and the very fabric of daily life. The revolution began in the late 18th century and continued into the 19th century, bringing with it a wave of technological advancements and industrial growth. It spurred globalization, connecting distant countries through trade, transportation, and communication networks. The advent of steam engines, railways, and telegraphs shrank the world, making it possible to move goods and information across vast distances with unprecedented speed and efficiency. The demand for raw materials and new markets fueled colonialism as European powers sought to control resources and expand their empires. This era of expansion was marked by the exploitation of colonies, leading to significant cultural and economic impacts on the colonized regions. This had a profound and lasting impact on the political and economic landscape of the world. The rise of industrial powers led to shifts in global dominance, with new political ideologies emerging in response to the changing economic realities. The Industrial Revolution left an indelible mark on human history. It transformed agrarian societies into industrial powerhouses, altering the way people lived and worked. The innovations of this period laid the groundwork for the modern world. It ushered in an era of unprecedented technological innovation, economic growth, and social change, the consequences of which continue to shape our world today. From the rise of urban centers to the development of new social classes, the echoes of the Industrial Revolution are still felt in every aspect of contemporary life.